With all stories going around different media platforms, Ivan Toney has gone ahead and obviously sent a very huge transfer alert to the side of Arsenal that I'm available and you guys should come for me and really sign me if you think you really want to see goals cross the goal lines of your opponents. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. Guys, it's a Tuesday and hope you guys are really having fun. The African Cup of Nations is really taking place and today Burkina Faso has gone ahead to beat Mauritania by 1-0. A shocker has just happened like an hour back. Tunisia has been beaten by Namibia 1-0 and it looks like that is really going to be a hard one to obviously come out and really believe. But other games are really coming in through, and you know what we do in here. We bring you some summarized match reaction to those African Cup of Nation games that have gone ahead to be played down in Ivory Coast. So we thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims. Barakallahu fikum. I'd like to extend my gratitude to everyone who has been part of this channel and who has gone ahead to make it happen, us hitting 19,000 subscribers. And it's really important to note that you guys are really the ones who make us what we are, and without you I doubt whether we can be what we are right about now. So let's obviously proceed to another story. Yes, Lingard looks like has been offered to MLS. You know, remember last time I brought you a story that he offered himself Barcelona, and this time round he is being offered to the MLS side, and we don't know whether he's gonna accept that. And lastly, Reguilon, who has been at Man United, his loan was terminated at the beginning of the year, and he went back to Tottenham Hotspur. He has gone ahead to really sign on loan for a Premier League team, and Fabrizio Roman has gone ahead to sign, to sound a here we go. Rokani David is my name. You can as well call me RD. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're totally watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, where should we start from? Let's see close to 200 likes much in this video, right? Because it is really one of those that you guys have gone ahead to really demand for. You've been asking me about Ivan Toney, but I was collecting some huge stories coming in from credible sources. See to it that I don't really cook around stories like others do. Now, this is coming in from the website of Brentford, and this is the best charge that the guy has gone ahead to put up. Obviously, send Arsenal a transfer alert. A transfer alert performance. He has told them that, Brentford have told us that Brentford centre forward Ivan Toney scored a hat-trick against Southampton in the behind closed doors friendly victory over Southampton under 23s on 6th January. The striker is available to return to the first team in action as the Bees play their next EAPL game against Nottingham Forest on the 20th of January. Now, 4 days from now, Arsenal fans have a chance to obviously see Ivan Toney back in action playing for Brentford. They've missed him for some good months and he's back with a bang, right? He's going to be back with a bang. But he looks like he has gone ahead to sharpen. We all understood that towards the end of last year, I think at the start of December, that's when he returned at the training facility of returned at the training facility of Brentford, and he started to bang in those goals. And towards his return, they've gone ahead to obviously put up what we call behind door games, and he has gone ahead to really represent to the fullest. And this time round, he banged in a hat-trick and he put in an assist. That is Ivan Toney for you. So 4 goal contributions in a single game, and that's why I've gone ahead to let you know that he sent what we call a transfer message to Arsenal that you should get me onto your team. And in such things, we learn a lot of things, that if you are into a situation of approval, you know, and approving the person who really wants to sign you or get you, all you have to do is to do the needful. It's all about a point of action, and he has gone ahead to put in an action performance, and he has gone ahead to see to it that everything has gone ahead to go on as well. And I predict that against Nottingham Forest, Ivan Toney is going to be very pivotal, and I can tell you he'll score. Why? The entire Brentford team plays for him. They look for him because they know he is their outlet of goals, and his potential really matches out well. And that is something different that he won't get at Arsenal, because at Arsenal, if at all Arsenal sign him, Arsenal have their stars, the Bukayo Sakas, the Martin Odegaards, the Martinellis, and so on and so forth. So he'll need to fight. He'll need to fight for his space, and after fighting for his space, everything will go on as planned. You get? And that is Ivan Toney for you. So when he returns, I know he's going to score, but in the behind doors meeting with the under 23, with the Southampton's under 23s, he scored a hat-trick, and I think that gives him a lot of confidence as he returns to play for the side of Brentford. Arsenal are still contemplating on what to do, because they might have some £50 million with them, but Ivan Toney is really not that price of money. I think they've gone ahead to price him out of the move these remaining 6 months, because they know that they might get relegated if at all they will let him go. But Arsenal is monitoring the situation, and I think in a week's time from now they will have gone ahead to make a decision on who they are going to sign in during the January transfer window, and that is Arsenal for you. Then after him sending that transfer alert to Arsenal, the manager of Brentford, that is Thomas Frank, has gone ahead and spoken about the return of Ivan Toney into his starting 11 of Brentford as they take on Nottingham Forest. He has said it will be great to get him involved. I think it's very clear I don't want to let him go. I want to keep him as long as possible, and I only have that in mind. My only focus is getting him ready for the Nottingham Forest game on 20th January. Now, no manager would love to let his players go, but there are players who reach levels of surpassing the demands of the teams they are playing for. Like Ivan Toney right now, his demands are really huge. He sees himself maybe an Arsenal player, a Chelsea player, a Spurs player, a Man City player, a Man United player, because of what he has gone ahead to achieve in the previous 2 seasons. I think his first season, he went ahead to score 17 goals. Second season, 20 goals in the Premier League. And it shows you exactly what he brings up on the field of play. And his manager is not ready to let him go. He's sending that message outside there. But trust me, when money knocks on the door, nothing can be stopped. I saw it with Benfica. Trust me, if Benfica never really sold Enzo Fernandez in the January transfer window, they would have gone ahead to do a lot in the Champions League, because Enzo Fernandez was pivotal in everything they went ahead to do. But because Chelsea knocked on the door and they had what we call a buyout clause of 120 million euros, and Chelsea met it, they decided to obviously let him go. So if Arsenal can break the bank, they can get Ivan Toney. That is it. They can get him. But the big question is, if you're Ivan Toney, where do you stay? Do you go to Arsenal or you stay at Brentford? Because going at Arsenal doesn't guarantee you hitting the ground running. That is it. And the Euros are around the corner, and Ivan Toney needs to note it very well that he wants to be at the Euros. That is it. And him being at the Euros means he should score very many goals, because the likes of Oli Watkins have gone ahead to obviously score goals. Callum Wilson is there. There is Eddie Nketiah. Harry Kane is a given. He has to go. Harry Kane has to go. So there are other English strikers that have gone ahead to obviously run rampant, that he needs to obviously come in through and really perform. So to me, I think it's a hard decision for him to make, but trust me, he wants to play for Arsenal. He wants to play for Arsenal, and he loves to really play for the Mikel Arteta side, and that alert has been thrown in by him. So we are here to bring you other developments, and we await for every development on Ivan Toney, whether Brentford will really give up a little bit if at all Arsenal really throw money at them, because money made man mad, and guess who made money? It was man. So when money will be thrown at Brentford, they will obviously do the needful, but it looks like he's going to return like a sharp player. He's not going to look like he's going to hate to take very many months without kicking the ball. Like I saw, I think it was around 2006 when Rio Ferdinand returned and United was playing Liverpool. He had spent 6 months without playing the game of football because he missed out onto the appointment to obviously check his body, the doping test. He missed out on the doping test. So he returned, but he looked really worn off, But for Ivan Toney, I believe he's going to come with a bang. And he's one of those players that predict that he's going to really score something important for the side of Brentford. And a Brentford without Ivan Toney is a different Brentford when it's having him. So that is the main guy, Ivan Toney. And let's wait and see how that happens. But let's go to Jesse Lingard. I came here, I think, last week. I brought you a story of Jesse Lingard offering himself to Barcelona, and this time around, the Mail Sport has gone ahead and really revealed something special about his next move. And they've told us that Jesse Lingard is open to moving to the MLS with his new agents in talks with Portland Timbers as the England midfielder looks to get his career back on the track. Now, Jesse Lingard is this player who has suffered a lot. But he has suffered a lot because of a decision that United failed to make during the winter transfer window of 2022. Newcastle and West Ham had gone ahead to come in through and really provide £30 million to sign Jesse Lingard. The board of United said no. And guess what happened in the summer? Jesse Lingard was let go on a free. So, stupid decisions being made by the club of Man United costed him a career, because when he was loaned at West Ham, he went ahead, I think, to score very many goals, to an extent that he was even among the provisional squad to go to the Euros. And though he never made to the Euros, but it showed you how sharp he was. He returned to Man United, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer kept him around, and he didn't want to sell him. But I think whether they had gone ahead to sell him and got in £30 million or 40, it would have gone ahead to act well for him. And I think by then he was like 28 years of age, and now I think has gone ahead to clock 30 years as a player. So he offered himself to Barcelona, and I think Barcelona have gone ahead to snub him, and the MLS side is obviously trying to take care for his services. And the Portland Timbers are really a team that is interested in him. But it shows you how hugely he has gone ahead to drop off as a player, because even when he trained with El Tifak in Saudi Arabia, Steven Gerrard couldn't approve his signing. I don't know whether he was demanding in for a lot of money, but Steven Gerrard, the manager of El Tifak, couldn't really approve his signing at that side. Now this time round, he wants to go to the MLS. I think sometimes careers of players end abnormality. This guy was signed to Nottingham Forest, was earning £200,000 a week last season, but he was an injury-prone player, and the money they are paying him didn't make sense. So what he has gone ahead to decide is to obviously look for other pastures that are really not so much green, that is the MLS. Maybe if he goes to the MLS and started playing competitively, then he'll get back to the levels where he deserves to be as a player, and other teams in the Premier League will be really interested in signing him. But I think the problem with him not getting a team in the Premier League is his salary and his demands. I think that's the problem. But we all anticipate that he's going to really look better and better and better if at all he goes to the MLS. So let's wait and see whether he goes to the MLS or no. Then we are having Fabrizio Romano. He has gone ahead to sign a here we go. Sergio Reguilon to Brentford. Here we go. Final green light just arrived after a verbal agreement between clubs. Loan move with no option to buy clause, as he will be back to Spurs at the end of the season. Medical tests on Wednesday. Exclusive story confirmed. So Sergio Reguilon has been on a 6-month loan at Man United. He never went ahead to impress a lot, but I think he was really good. And there was no way United could accommodate him for the next 6 months, because United had Luke Shaw back, and Malacia are also going to get back to see to it that everything moves well in the direction that Erik ten Hag wants it to be moving in. So what he went ahead to decide was to go back to Spurs, because the loan was terminated, and Spurs have gone ahead to find a solution for the player. He's going to play for Brentford, and Brentford have gone ahead to agree that loan. And this is where I tell you that United's way of playing, all the minutes he got in at Man United, helped him do a lot and get back into the spotlight. Now, having been back into the spotlight, he has gotten other suitors to go ahead and obviously sign him. And he's really doing good, and I anticipate that he's going to do well at the side of Brentford. So, your thoughts on to Ivan Toney sending Arsenal the alert or a transfer alert? Welcome in the comment section below. Then what do you make about Sergio Reguilon? Here we go to Brentford, loan with no option to rebuy. That means we're going to return at Tottenham Hotspur. And lastly, Jesse Lingard to the MLS. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. A sign out for now. See you later, and let's not forget to subscribe, because we want to hit 20,000 subscribers before the end of this month. I know it's pretty possible, and we can make it happen in here. The Muslims, Barak Lau Feikum.